So when you open up the link to your order form template here in Canva, it's going to bring you to this page. So what you're going to do is click down here on the big purple button that says use template, and then that's going to open it up in Canva. It may require you to have an account, but don't worry, Canva is completely free and you're going to absolutely love it. It's incredible for your business. It just makes things so much easier. See here where it says copy of cake order form. Here is where you'll want to rename this file. So we'll just call it order form, but you can change it to whatever you want. Now all of these things, see how they light up when I hover over them? Every single thing on this form is editable. So here you can change this to be your logo if you want. You could delete that. You can change it up, so you can go to search here. So if you go to elements, that's going to bring up, like, this is kind of like your graphics, your pictures, those sort of things. If you go down to photos, that's more like stock photos and things like that. So for a logo, like, you might want to browse the elements section, and maybe you'll just like type in cake. If you don't yet have a logo, then you can like head back over onto your form, just delete that. Sorry, I should show you exactly what I did. I hit delete on my keyboard, but you can hover up here and just click on the bin there, and then say you just like this picture, you can just drag that in, and then you can resize it, do whatever you want, pop it there. If you don't want that and you want to upload, you can go to the upload section here, and you can just upload anything that you want. So here I've got a logo here from a previous customer. And it's not a cake logo, but just any logo, and you can just hover it there and do whatever you want with that. So let's go back and pop this logo here for now, this little picture. And now with this section, you can just double click, or you can drag your cursor across, and then you'll just type in the name of your cake business. Obviously it's not going to be called cake business, but you can just type in whatever you like there, and then you can go ahead and you can change these if you don't want, you know, whatever you want written here, however you want this to look. You can get rid of the drawing bit. You can select highlight here like this. So I've just dragged my cursor down and across, and it's picked up that as well, but you can just remove that. But like, you can move whole sections around. You can basically do whatever you want, but I recommend just make your life easier. Just keep it as it is, and maybe just go ahead and like hover over the boxes like this. Don't be careful not to pick up the font, but if you hover just over the boxes, see here, can you see here on the left, it's got this little box, and if I hover it says color. So if you click that, it pulls up, you're not going to see all these because these are the colors that I work with in my business, but down here you'll see default colors, or you can click on this here and you can pull up like the little slider thing. So you can move around, find whatever you want. So say your business uses more of like blues, then you know you can do that. And also I wanted to point out that for these, you might be looking at that and go, well, that's not the same as that. That's because here I've actually like made it a little bit more transparent. So you can go like that, and then that's going to be true because that's 100% color, right? So it's not see-through. So transparency, in case you're wondering, is like just makes it a little bit see-through, that section. So that makes it more true to that. But I had it quite faded there. And then the other thing you can do, I think this one's 100%. No, that's on 33% as well. So if you change that, that's also going to be a little bit faded from what you see here. So see, once you've picked a color, it then kind of pops up here in the document. So you can easily go in and just use the exact same colors. And you can, that's faded differently because of the transparency there. It's on 22 here. And this one is on 13. So if you want them to both be the same, you just go in and you click this little fade thing. What did we say it was? 13. So I can type that in there. And yeah, so basically everything. So even these little dots here, it can be quite tricky to pick up exactly what you want. So see how I'm having trouble getting this little dot there? That's because the text is over the top. You can always like zoom in down there and it can be a little bit easier to get into the details. So that circle, you're having trouble here because the text is a layer on top of the circle, and then the circle is a layer on top of this. So it just can be tricky to get your cursor around, but just zoom in, play around with things. But yeah, if you're not good with tech or anything like that and you want us to change the colors, just reach out. I'm happy to do that for you, but I would just recommend keeping the form exactly as it is. It makes life easier. This here is a sticker thing as well, so you can change the wording up, you can delete it altogether, you can put your own little text there if you want. So if you want to do that and add your own text, you simply just click on the text icon over here, and you can just, usually I would just add a little bit of body text, and you can use anything from the menu up here to change your text, your font, all that sort of good stuff. You can also change the fonts to any of these, of course, if you want to get technical. And then what I want to show you is how to download that form. So do not click the print letterheads. You can't print straight from Canva. So if you click that, it's going to pull up like the options to pay to get it printed somewhere. We don't want that. What you want to do is click this down arrow, and then that's going to pull up this little options here that gives you all the different ways that you can download the form. So if you want to download it as a PDF, great. You can just leave it on PDF print and you can click the big purple download button. If you want to save some memory on your computer or whatever, you just want a smaller file size, then just JPEG is great. And PNG, of course, that's what I use quite often because that produces good quality images, but usually JPEG is completely fine for an order form. It doesn't have to be the best quality, and to be honest, it's still going to look great anyway. So let's download as a JPEG, and I'll just show you, it doesn't really affect anything. So here, this little pop-up is just telling you, yay, it's been downloaded. And then you can just open your form and see, looks completely fine. All right, guys, that is how you use the Canva templates. I hope that you enjoy this file and that it helps organize your